How about if we look a little bit farther into the future? Any thoughts on future HVAC systems? Maybe we're not quite there yet. It's still on the drawing board. Any thoughts or comments for the audience on that?
So I think, as I said, we've kind of become spoiled on the consumer side of things, expecting everything to be connected and at our fingertips on our phone. And I think we'll see that moving more and more as we move on to the commercial side of things. And I really think if we're going to have the next step change in efficiency, which again all comes back to making sure we're using as little energy as possible to get our net zero buildings, it has to be about connecting those components. It has to be about knowing what's happening in the system. The manufacturers today building those chillers and rooftops are doing a fantastic job of squeezing every BTU we can out of it using the least amount of energy possible. But we're limited, right? When you have a unit, it's air in one side, air out the other, water in, water out, and to really optimize that across your whole building, right? Then we need to know what's happening on that 10th floor, right? And tell that chiller what's happening right ahead of time so we can adjust speeds and adjust flow rates and do all those things right and really make that whole building operate and with the AI and the smart technologies today know it's going to be a cloudy day today, right? Or it's going to be a sunny day or whatever it is, and we can adjust of course adjust the windows as needed and adjust the capacity on the units and do predictive things that are going to make sure we're not continuously chasing a temperature setting, but that we're kind of predicting where the temperature setting will need to be, running at that setting and minimizing the energy consumption.
Okay. Vikas or Jenna, anything to add about maybe a little farther in the future here? Or?
Yeah, one of the things I think we have now starting to talk about, I would say, smart units and digitalization. And digitalization is also, I would say, a big part of our focus in Danfoss. I think we believe, I would say, the digitalization and smart tools will help to simulate and optimize our HVAC units. Because I think as we now design a building, as we build the building, and how the load demand will fluctuate and evolve, having the ability to simulate before constructing that building. And I think that goes a long way in really already, I would say, ensuring that we have the right tools and the right technologies already empowering that I would say the building. So digitalization will play a very big part, I would say, in the future buildings. So it's already there in our residential. It's already there in our lives. But how can we utilize the digital tools, not only simulate, and then also not only optimize the energy consumption, but also optimize the cost associated with the energy.
Okay. Jen, any last comments on that one?
I think that you both covered it very well, that the digitalization and also that interaction with the human factor is going to be key. And, future, it's smarter than sometimes what we can imagine it's going to be right now. And the grid interactivity of the buildings. And Vic, you had mentioned something earlier about not just thinking about an individual building by itself, but a collection of buildings. So how are we thinking about, a community scale type system that is connected to each other and talking to each other, city scale? And that's sort of where we need to go to collectively reach our goals, because not every building is going to achieve near zero or net zero, but collectively we could likely make huge progress. So,
okay, excellent.